Hey, hey, hey.
Hey,
Is,
hey, hey!
is 2026 the year that we give up on the clapping and the crazy hey, hey,
I
hey?
was just about to ask you. So in the reboot, are we really gonna keep doing that?
I
Maybe
don't
that'll be
know.
the last one.
That could be so just so everyone knows, that could be the end of the hey, 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 clap, clap, clap. But hey,
Goodness,
welcome,
please.
welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of WTF Talks Work. And we're here today to talk about work. And we're here to talk about primarily today, we're going to talk about family businesses and what it's like to work with your crazy dad and what it's like to work with your insanely capable daughter and the one who drives you insane. But let's jump off. We were just having a meeting about meetings earlier. I love meetings about meetings. It's so much fun. But Hannah and I were trying to plan out the year a little bit and just kind of recap some of the great things that we had going on last year and some of the exciting things that we're looking for this year. And we were talking about how much of her precious time she is going to use on her independent. So she starts this hot. You start a side hustle, and then you start to get momentum in your side hustle, and then how do you work that out in your family business? And that's one of the challenges for us this year is giving Hannah room to run, and also not having her feel like she's abandoning us back here in the sticks.
I
So,
would never. I could never.
right? And so, like, it's one of the things about being better together is it builds almost an obligation to never leave. But as a dad, I would never constrain Hannah to do something. But as a business owner, I want to lock her up in a cage and make her work like a monkey at a machine for a while. Because she does great things when she works at a machine and really pushes things forward for us. And so, like, how do you balance those dad and boss things that I've got going on? Why
The
are you
way
laughing?
Because the way that you just said that is horrible. It's it's
Yes.
it's such a fair and funny comparison. It just the word picture that I'm getting in my head is funny and should not ever be soundbited out. No, no one, no one take that and clip that. Leave that. Leave
Yeah,
this
no clips
exactly
on
as
that. No
is.
clips on that. But the reality is that it is as a business owner, I have to look at the contributions of each member of our team and making sure that we're getting the most out of them and also freeing them to be their individuals and who they are and who they want to be and helping empower them to use their strengths for good and not for evil. No, for the Better Together group and not for anything else that's stupid. No, 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 not that either. They're using
Keep
their
going. This is going really well.
using their best efforts in the ways that satisfy them the most, and also achieve the greatest outcomes for the company. And how do you empower people to do that without restricting them to do a bunch of things that they hate, and or even things they don't hate, but aren't as yummy as in Hannah's intern language, some things that aren't as fun to do but need to be done.
Mhm.
And so, as a business, we need to do things that need to be done. And so, there's a balance to that whole thing. And so, Hannah, just living our problem in front of you. Hannah, what's it like from your perspective?
Oh, it's just funny. I'm laughing as I'm hearing all of your devices blow up in the background of all of the different things that are taking that. But sorry, ask your question one more time.
So,
What is
like, from your perspective, what's it like to come to your father and say, "Hey, I'm all excited about these new things that are going on for me," and yet know that he is also your employer and partner in business, and it's like, and I can't give you as much time as you're accustomed to.
Yeah, well, I think that it helps that the first time I came to you and I said, "Hey, I need to take a step back in like a specific way. The first thing that you said to me was, I am so proud of you. You're like, I am so proud of you and what you are doing and the strength that it took to tell me that you need a little bit more time for yourself and that you are doing that. And you were just really, really proud of me in that moment. And that was the best thing ever. Like there's nothing better that you could have said.
Right.
Because that
And so
made everything coming out of that
just
so much better because it was just like he is for me and excited about it and seeing what happens happen and wants to be as big of a cheerleader for me as he can. And so everything streaming down from that made everything else easier. Now, I certainly I don't want to use the word feel an obligation, but there is one there for sure. Like I have responsibilities and I will follow through with those responsibilities. And I'm not going to leave you in any way, shape, or form that's,
well, and you're not leaving us.
yeah, well, no, I'm not. I just meant in the sense I'm not going to leave you high and dry. Was sorry, the end of that sentence. A lot of clippable bad moments here. But I'm not going to leave you high and dry in any way, shape, or form. And so I'm not going to step away from any of those responsibilities. So I think it just comes back to everything. Like it is what it's always been. You've always been proud of me, and you've always known that I'm going to give everything that I can and feel is my responsibility. And that's just kind of how I've lived my entire life, whether it's been from how I've done my schoolwork to how I've done whatever. Like I take a sense of responsibility over whatever I am truly responsible for, and I'm gonna follow through with that. And so I don't know, I feel like it's actually just very status quo to how I've lived my whole life, which is just how you've been a part of my whole life, but obviously has now extended into the business sense, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. Like the reality is when you come to me and say, "Hey, I've got an idea." Um,
That's my favorite line. It's our favorite line.
yes, for sure. That's my favorite line. I like it much less when other people say it. But that's not necessarily a
That
good
sucks
thing
for
in
you.
me. Yeah, it does. It does. And I've raised you to have lots of ideas. And honestly, I am exhausted of being the idea keeper in aspects of my life where I'm like the guy with the it gets exhausting. It really does. Um, and I can't stop it. And it's a weird anyways, that's a whole personal journey. People don't need to go on with us.
Okay, wait, no,
But
I actually need to know because I also live in the same realm of like, I have so many ideas all of the time. And oftentimes I will put them down on paper, make nice spreadsheets, help people with business plans, and just send them to people and just be like, hey, this was just kind of living in my brain and it's better out than in. So like take it and I always say like leave it as a digital paperweight if you don't want it. That's fine. I don't care. But I'd rather you have it than it be stuck in me. How do you do that? Because like I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still happy to get the experience from doing that. But people pay you to do that all the time. And so how do you navigate between like what to give away because it's just there versus what do you like, how do you off topic, but I'm just curious.
had a really good example of this just recently where a friend of mine in industry I've known for a decade or more um, was I'd left his previous company and was you know in transition,
Yeah.
and I reached out to him and said, "Hey, I'd like to hear about what's going on and understand how that's affecting you and your family, and just trying to be a friend."
Hmm.
Um, and I said to him, "Hey, if you'd be open to it, I'd be willing to sit with you every week for the next however long to help you through that." And he's like, you know, "Well, what's that cost?" And I'm like, "Well, it doesn't cost anything for you. You're my friend."
Hmm.
And then he's like, "No, like and I was, it just got weird, because some people I'm willing to charge a lot of money for that service to, and other people I'm not willing to take any money for it, no matter what. And
Yeah.
so there's a balancing act in all of that. And then I think the other thing is just um, offer it to people maybe before sending them the spreadsheet. Like maybe don't actually, yeah, I'm not saying you can't build the whole spreadsheet out. I'm just saying don't send it first. Say, hey, I've had some thoughts about this. I'd be happy to share them with you.
I haven't
Um,
always been very good at
the
that.
actual full business plan is maybe not the best way to go with your initial intro to them.
I've gotten better at this, but this has not always been my strong suit. Because, well, okay, anyways, it doesn't matter.
So, but back to our managing in a family business theory, and one of the things that we've started to do about 2 years ago, I guess it would be, is we started having these quarterly meetings. We're getting better at it, and they're happening, with great frequency now, and they're really starting to build some momentum in them, and I'm really enjoying that. But we're getting updates from everyone on how their life is going and how their work is going and how those two things come together. And offering every member of the family an opportunity to make a change in their role every 90 days so that we can plan out how to action that. And I think that that's been really good for us. It really sets everything in a place where, one, I don't feel like I need to um, keep doing this for eternity, although I intend to. Like I really don't have any intent of stopping. Like I don't see a retirement for me. I see a change in the way I work, but I love this. Like, why would I stop doing this? This is so much fun. And people
Well,
call
this
this work.
specifically
I don't
is
know how to
fun.
help them, but this is the best. And honestly, when I meet with that guy, that's the best. And when I'm sitting talking strategy with my sales team, I love that. And when I'm, talking to clients, I love that. So like, I don't know how to give up something that I love.
I get that. I get that. Even this Christmas break, like we were out and I was telling you earlier, I was making a book for my nephew because I was like, I've recently figured out that I can do my own illustrations, which unlocks an insane new part of everything. And so I just desperately wanted to keep working. And I was like, but I wake up so excited to do this
What I
work.
do,
How do I stop? So I was
right?
like, well, let me do one for my nephew. So it's not work, but I can at least keep
It's
working.
the same tools. It's the same tool. You're
Because it's
sharpening your tools.
you're just excited to do it. Like I'm just
Yeah.
like excited to keep learning about it and getting better at it. And so it's just like it is calming to
Mhm.
actually be doing it rather than trying to not do it.
Yeah.
So if anyone
No.
has tips on how to be better at that, we,
Yeah.
we could both
Yeah.
take
And
them.
and like hobbies are a way to do that. I just haven't found any that are as fun as working. So
I let me tell you, I this Christmas break, let's be humans for a second. I like that you said that earlier in our meeting.
yeah.
That was fun. But yeah, this Christmas break I tried, what is it for you? This stitching. What is this called?
Oh,
Embroidery.
embroidery.
I tried embroidery and it's bad. It's so bad. I really wanted to make Wonder Workshop stuff. And it's bad. It's so horrible. Grayson so kindly said to me, it looks like a kindergartner did it. And I was like, great.
Right.
He's like, it goes along with the kid theme. Like, it looks like a kid did it. And I was like, not what I was going for, man. Like,
Yeah, I was looking at it on your sweatshirt in our previous meeting this morning. It wasn't this one, but she had
no,
done. She was.
I wasn't gonna wear it into this one. I was like, I can't do that. But now I have to go have it done because I can't do it. And so it's like I wanted to have this hobby,
No, you don't.
but it's so bad. Like I just, anyways.
Yeah. Well, practice makes perfect. But
I
I don't
can't.
know. I
I
don't know.
can't
I don't.
because I want to do something that's useful and effective and beneficial. So I'm like, let me do one that's logoing, that's brilliant. Two birds, one stone. I can't sit there and try and not crochet, embroider like a pillow or one of those circles that just is
Yeah,
the circle.
a coaster.
I can no, like one of the ones that you hang that is like the you just put a
Oh,
piece of and you just make a pretty picture. And like, oh, I can't calm down enough for that. That's not in my
yeah.
wheelhouse.
No, and you're missing the whole concept of a hobby by trying to do things that are also work related. So it's actually supposed to be a complete unplugging.
Like
Um,
my next one is like, why don't I take up more cooking so that I can meal prep more, so that I can work more? I'm like, no, girl, like you've got problems now. Like
you
there's
have significant mental problems, and they're straight from me.
But anyways, how was your holiday? What did you do that was fun?
I had a great time with my family. We had some really great times here at the house on Christmas Eve, on a Boxing Day. Rhonda and I were alone really all of Christmas Day. We came down for a boat ride with you guys on Christmas
Hmm.
Day. That was fun. Love the boat ride. That was amazing. Um, but yeah, we just had a really chill time. And then for New Year's, I went and saw my brother James in Arizona and had a great time with him. And that was really fun. And landed a new customer, and that was really fun. And I love taking new customers over the holiday break. And yeah, that's like,
While I'm on vacation. It's okay.
yeah,
We
that's right.
always joke about that. Anybody who leaves is gonna sign a deal the second they take a vacation day. Like it just couldn't possibly be the day that you're supposed to be working.
Right? No, so it all worked out really well. I was excited about it. Yeah. How about you?
My nephew just kept asking me to read them to sleep, like for bedtime
Okay.
stories at bed, and that was pretty fabulous. Every time they were like, Auntie Banana, will you read me a story? I'm like, oh, my heart will melt. Yes, absolutely, I will. And then Oh, I have a new goal because of those bedtime stories. I haven't thought about this in so long, but you know, those big books of like multi-stories of the same series. They're all like mushed together in one, like a Robert Munch book that has like
Yeah, yeah.
10 different ones. I now desperately want to do that for the Wonder Workshop individual series. Like the Making It Move one, it's going to be so good. It's going to be like your two, so it'll be your driver and then your forklift operator, and then the safety and compliance manager, which is coming out very soon.
Nice.
And all the other ones. And that's gonna be so cool. Just like look at this, like making it move, Wonder Workshop, hunka massive story. So I don't know. That's
Great.
gonna be fun. So I have a new goal, which I love. And then I went out for dinner with my sister-in-laws for the first time ever, just
Okay.
us, which was so fun. So there was no kids, no other people, and it was just my
No
two
kids, no parents,
sister-in-laws.
no spouses?
Nope, nothing, just the four of us, which was so much fun. And I was like slightly emotional. I was like, I have sisters. Like this is crazy.
Good
Which
for
I
you.
loved. And I think our Christmas, just like very relaxed, very calm. On Boxing Day was so much fun. But so many good family moments, so much family
That's
time.
great.
It was great.
That's great. So, coming back into the new year, jumping into the family business again after having you were in like a 2 week shutdown, but had lots of family time with us during that time. What's that like on the first day of the new year? And like, okay, here we go again.
Well, well, um, it goes both ways because it's such a joy and such a blessing to be like, wow, like my family's time is done, but here is my family still. And so like we're right
Hmm.
back at it, like continuing forward. So it was nice to wake up to our morning meeting this morning and see everybody's face and like I love that. And then we immediately followed it with a meeting where I had failed to do something and I had to come and tell you. And I was like hiding under my shell. I was like, I completely forgot about that. Sorry.
Yeah,
Which obviously
that
it's just
happens.
not a big deal and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of goes both ways of working with your family and working with your family and all of the joy that those things are. So
Right.
well, I use that example because that's something that I failed to do, and like it's just like the reality of like, dang, I got to go tell my boss, but it's also now my
Yeah.
dad that I missed that one. So
Yeah. Well, your boss misses on a couple of things from time to time too. So, yes, we want to be
we all do.
accountable. We want to own it. when we make mistakes, but that's part of telling the truth at work. But we just got to keep pushing to work hard, tell the truth, finish the job. So that's kind of been our start to the year, guys.
What about you? What's it like working in the family business for you?
For
Christmas
me,
dinner, sitting around the table, all of your kids, and then whoop, Monday morning, back
um,
at it.
it's it's amazing. Um, but it's really hard in the holidays to like rein in any business talk.
Hmm.
And we're getting a lot better at that. I remember in my 20s when I was working in a business with my oldest brother and my closest brother in age. Both John and Todd and I were working at the same company, and John was a partner in the company, and Todd and I worked for them. And there was too much shop talk at the Christmas table. And I think we all took it in the ear at one point from mom or from our spouses. And, you just try to control it and also be true to who you are and what your experiences are. And so, when you have shared experiences at work, it sometimes comes out at the family table. But we try to restrain it and let people be who they are.
Yeah. It's really funny when we go hang out with Grayson's work friends because we evidently always try and rein it in, but it's very nice to go and for them to be like wrapped up in their own little work world and all of the wives to just be like, not this again. Like, really? And like to see the other side of it, it both like it helps. I think him be like, okay, right, this is truly a challenge to do, like to pull yourself out of it and just not talk about it. But also it helps me be like, wow, that is really annoying. Like, I mean, we're not doing that. So it
Right?
goes both ways.
Yeah, it's a constant struggle, and but I think it's a good battle. I think it's a
Yeah.
good battle. So,
But
yeah, lots of things coming up this year on the podcast. We're going to try and get better. We're going to try and get stronger. We're going to try and give you a more refined product with two very easygoing people. Um, but we do want to try and highlight a particularly family-owned business and what that's like for a season this year. And of course, we're going to do some sessions on trucking because we love truck driving, and some sessions on other roles in businesses, whether it's plant managers or HR leaders, or there's going to be a list of people coming to join us on the podcast this year. So stay tuned for those special events.
comment for us or let us know or DM us or whatever what series you think would be interesting. I really want to do one on industries or roles that AI is expected to not touch. I think that would be really, really cool. Trying to get a couple of guests from different careers of that because I think that would be interesting for people. But what
Well,
else?
I think the question really comes down to is what does it mean when you say AI does not touch? Because I don't think there's anything that AI is not going to touch, but there are some things where its influence will be muted based on the amount of physical hand-eye coordination or whatever that manual dexterity that humans bring to the table.
Interesting. You don't think there's one job that AI isn't going to touch? You think AI is going to touch everything over time? I feel
Yes.
like there's got to be like janitor, hairdresser.
No. The way they schedule things, the way they do things, the way they manage things, the way they report things to people, the way it's analyzed is all going to be AI touched. In like when you think about the fact that we became such a KPI centric industry over the last 20 years, all that information is going to form how we do things going forward and how we make continuous improvements. It's it's going to be cool if you're on the right side of it.
Interesting. Interesting. I would argue that that's touching all industries and not necessarily all roles. A hairdresser is a hairdresser. The admin of a hair salon is certainly going to change, but
Are
that
you not
doesn't.
seeing all these reels about women with their long hair putting their head into a machine and it giving them an updo? How is that ending up in my reel stream, by the way? I don't know.
No.
I think Mom and I are talking too much about her hair. I think that's got to be the thing.
What? They're putting their heads
See, but
into.
if I send one to you, I'm going to get more of them. But
Well, then just tell me about it. It's fine. Everything's listening anyways.
so
It's already
so
queuing you up
there's
10
like
more.
there's a machine with an open hole into
Like a
it,
honey hive.
and you bend over and put your head into it with all of your hair, and it gives you a haircut or trim, or does your hair into an updo, and it's maybe this is it. It's probably just AI generated content that's bull crap, and it's freaking me out a little bit.
That that checks. That checks. Do you think you can tell the difference between what is a real video and what is an AI generated video anymore?
No
No,
idea.
no, me neither. I think I have a perhaps better idea than you based on
I have
based
things
on
that I'm
that.
very
Like
suspicious about.
that thing doesn't exist in real life. Like whatever that contraption is, like that is nowhere on a shelf, not available.
I disagree with that. I believe that that technology is available. I've just never met a woman who'd be willing to put their head in one.
No, if that was a thing, I'd be game for it. I'd be like, let me do this. You're telling me I don't have to go anywhere to get my hair cut? I don't have to do anything to get my hair up. I could just go to
Just go to a
like
list
a
of
glorified
hairstyles, choose this one, stick your
glorified
head in it.
drive-through.
Whoop.
Like a drive-through. You just whoop, doot,
That's
doot.
right. Well,
Like,
you
sound
could
effects
have
are
your hair
necessary.
like the girl from the Grinch movie. You could have your hair like Leia, the big
Yeah.
donuts on the side of your head.
You could have hair.
No, I can't do that. They can't
If
do
it's
that.
AI generated, it can do anything, right? That's what we're saying.
I don't need hair. I'm too sexy for my hair.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, that's too funny. So, on that note, let us know what you want to see. I think that would be a really interesting series. Dave wants to do one fully on family businesses, hence the topics of today's conversation. But if there's anything else, we'll of course be doing a little transportation one. We'll be doing not a podcast, but we are doing on January 15th a goal setting luncheon where I am hosting a goal setting
lunch and learn.
session for everybody. So
Online, free for you.
if you are interested, you can email me, Hannah, HANNAH, at bettertogethergroup.com, and I will get you an invite to that. We would love to have you. We'll be dropping episodes every single Wednesday coming forward this year. We've got some new podcast interns who are going to crush it and help us get better and stronger and faster. And stay tuned for more as it improves. Anything else?
That's it. Looking forward to more in 2026. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, you know what we're looking forward to in 2026? No more clapping. Leave the clapping behind. This
The
is the
clapping's
last
done.
one.
Clapping's done. We're out. Have a great day, guys.
Bye, everybody.